can't front on that.
Yeah, they say 9 rockets hit Iraq base housing U.S. troops.
Let me see. Am I live? I should be live. I'm starting stream.
Let me
Starting
see.
stream.
Yep,
Starting
you're live.
stream. Starting stream. Starting stream. Starting stream. Let me see. Let me go here. Let me find my head dashboard. Live streaming. Let me go to events because I can't see myself yet. You guys can probably see it before me. Well, you know what I mean. As you guys come in, hit the like button. You know what I mean. Let me see. I got 8 jokers in here right quick. Let me hit the like button. As you guys come in, hit the like.
There you are.
Switch plus. Let me hit the like button. As you guys come in, right quick. Like button, share out on Twitch. Yesterday was a hell of a show. You had a roast mid show, a roast after the show. You know, we're gonna talk about a few things. Let me right click copy. Man, hold on. We're gonna look and say you come in. You know the rules. Type your name. We're gonna shout you guys out. Hold on. Let me see.
Bob Pound Max, what's good, man? Welcome. SS9 Vegeta.
It's my dude.
Classic Love.
Classic Love, what's up? Long time see no D, boy. Join us live.
Mom's good. Panda Mark.
PS5.
Mega Davo was good. Fab 6. Heath Stevens was good, my brother. Alpha Wheel was good. Antoine Trimble.
Yeah.
Gabriel was good. Mad Jack, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome. Hit the like button.
Up,
guys. Hit the like button. Rate the Emperor was good. Zay Walden was good. I ain't gonna lie, Z, man. That Alienware little console thing.
Yeah,
man, that matches my laptop, man.
Oh man, that looks even
perfect.
Yeah, I said Alienware UFO. Nintendo Switch Killer picks.
Yeah.
PS5 over.
Elysium Core was good. Mike W was good.
Over. Xbox Series X.
That's a much better picture too, close up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
That UFO shit is dope. That bitch just looks so fucking big, bro. Like, you gonna walk around with that
I forgot
shit?
I forgot you got lady hands. Don't worry about it. You want to walk with the power of the cloud. With the big, hey, no, we ain't about to start this. You gonna walk around with the power of the cloud with a big ass Xbox controller right in your back pocket, right? And your fanny pack. All right, so we gonna start it off like that. That's how we doing, right?
Because let's start it that way. I'm not saying it ain't dope. That bitch just look big, bro. You need a little bag or something to carry.
You got a man person anyway.
They playing it. They were playing Formula 1. Yeah, that hey, ain't gonna lie, that shit is big. It's like holding a fucking laptop in your hand. But this is just a concept, so.
But now here's the thing, though. Like while the room was filling up, hold on, look at this. As you guys come in, type something in the chat. We shout you guys out as always. And we got a few things. We had some fun. I got a few topics, man. Some things I didn't get the chance to cover yesterday. Maybe he said some of these industry insiders got called out yesterday, man. I keep telling you, man. Listen, I know where's my cameraman? Because Barrington had a cameraman. I gotta find my camera. Barrington had a cameraman yesterday. So look at the camera. I told you guys though, none of these jokers got no sources. And I'm listen, my janky ass, right? I'm about as close as the sources you're gonna get. I'm trying to tell you some real stuff here. These jokers look at them as fanboys. Ain't nobody risking the NDA. You know what I mean? Because I don't care about as far as the tech stuff. It's not that serious to me. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I do it. We talk about it here. And we're going to talk about it some more. But, yeah. We're going to talk about that ray tracing. We're going to talk about, you know what I mean? Well, yeah. It was supposed to be there. This is going to be the biggest CES in the world in history, according to some sources. And his sources, hey man, with these sources, they talking about the Source magazine. Like, hey brother,
didn't even show up.
Hey bro, like yo, this shit be wild, man. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like yo, bro.
Are you implying RDX doesn't know what they're talking about?
Oh wait, so you go being messy? I could have been talking about GRG. I could have been talking about GRG.
Oh.
No, I might have been talking about GRG. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. Don't get listen. Don't be impressed and confused with those comparing gifts and 4K videos. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the source, you come here for the facts. You know what I mean? And when you want to hear about the eyes and chip and the CUDA core, there's no way Sony can afford to have ray tracing. I'm telling you, man. You get a joke of this sounding like a black leprechaun. But listen, I ain't gonna be messy. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be messy. My brother,
they're saying the brownbadbullies.com is becoming the new media.
That's what it's about.
That's what they're
man.
saying. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, new media, man. We here, baby. We totally working in it. Thanks to you guys, man. Like, word up, man. Thanks to you guys. It shouldn't mean the world to me, man. Thanks to you guys for supporting us. And I ain't gonna lie, I was just saying, like, this looks it, like, damn, that site popping, yo. Like, damn. Like, like the site is, nice. Like, I'm just looking at the format, man. Like,
Yeah.
We doing
got a lot of content up there now.
Yeah, like, you guys gotta check it out. You know what I mean? Hold on one second.
Z, what about old Mikey Ibarra, man? He been laying some smack down lately.
You know what though? Here's the thing with that, right? We're gonna talk about old Mikey days, old Mikey when Jesus washed. We're gonna talk about Mikey Ibarra too, man. I don't. Here's the thing with that, right? Hold on. I don't know how many people in here? Cause I can't even see it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Cause I said he broke. Chris said he laid in the crap. Somebody said he laid in the crap yesterday. Like he be back and forth with it right now. Yesterday he put out a tweet and said, "Remember, don't overpromise and underdeliver." Now that was kind of vague, right? And I ain't gonna lie,
he said that, right. This was something he said last week when they started talking about the power. He put a tweet out saying, "Let's focus on the games." And then Phil Spencer and them came out with the microchips in their mouths, and they started doing the whole microchip thing again. And then that's when he said,
I thought he was talking about the Sony show.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
He did that right after everybody started changing the logos in their
names to the chips. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, man. Sony went out that motherfucker, brought out 2 grease monkeys with some lumber. I saw some hubcaps. I saw a car. I said, "Whoa, this bomb. This what we doing, huh, Sony? This what we doing, huh? 100 million sold. You gonna invest in some hubcaps? This what we out here doing, huh, Sony?" But we're gonna talk about that though. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, he be all over the place, man. Listen, man. I always tell true stories that's funny, that are funny, man. And I don't have a problem with the dude. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't got a problem with nobody, right? But I'm gonna call what real is real. I don't get caught up in that shit, man. With him, now with this newfound faith, now he done found God, right? Because it is what it is. I mean, you were there. I'm gonna keep it real. Like how you say, call a spade, a ball, a strike, man. You say all this now, right? Where were you? Listen, where were you at when he was out there? What's the first black motherfucker lose life in the world? Frederick Douglass, right? That's the first black motherfucker lose life in the world, right? I was the first person of color to lose my life in the Civil War here, right? You know what I mean? John Booth. They both with John Boothby, man. You heard? Let me turn it down a little. Y'all might not know who John Booth is. Let me take it down, right? Now, I'm Abe Lincoln out that bitch, right? I let the Xbox free. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just saying, because you say all this shit now, even those, that are praising him, or even those that may have, changed their stance. And I ain't taking a shot at this. Ain't a dig at anybody, the MB, the muscle bound gamers, and that, I ain't dig at none of them dudes, right? The motherfuckers been stealing my swag forever, right? It is what it is, man. They been and hit me with the Jimmy Lee Lewis hot balls of flying low, Richard, right? I'm used to it, right? Like, no, real talk, I'm used to it, right? Because you guys, once you creators, just whatever the fuck, just talking behind the scenes or just talking, like, it's one thing, how you say, let me say this, like, we all, not all, but it's okay to have your preferred preference, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people are just going to prefer PlayStation, their ecosystem, their friends are there. There's nothing wrong with that. And some people may feel the same way about the Xbox, right? It's nothing wrong with that either, right? You know what I mean? But when you're out there comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges, right? Or they're now, and you're putting your quote unquote, right? You can say, well, where's Sony's multiplayer games, right? And traditionally, they have, that's not really their strong suit. And they kind of fell back on thirds, being real, the big multiplats, which are the shooters, you know what I mean? Which sells predominantly on more of their consoles, right? Well, the sports and the shooters, especially this generation, right? But if I'm saying the Xbox guys, if you want to take that narrative and say Sony doesn't make good multiplayer games, right? All right. But will your multiplayer games this generation haven't been up to par, right? Well, Sony's one and dones have risen the bar. Just being honest here, right? You know what I mean?
Facts.
So when I try to have a civil conversation about honesty, right? And just keeping this thing all the way a buck, right? What did they do? I got John Booth. They popped me from the grassy knoll like JFK, right? Threw my black ass out the G-Rod and said I was toxic, right? Spread love, not negativity. Boom-tastic. Remember all that shit there? Then they had this whole movement on like muting R. Kelly, like I'm R. Kelly or Michael Jackson. Like I done followed somebody at E3. Mute me. If you follow Next Gen 720, please don't follow all this old weird shit, right? Because I'm saying Sea of Thieves. Bro, this is all facts. Bro, listen.
I don't know the backside of shit.
Bro, listen, man. It sounds funny, bro. They put the Diabetic Association on me, bro. I had over 10,000 Twitter followers. Like, I wasn't making fun of diabetics and no. You understand what I'm saying? They started that shit with Owen with the controller. They tried to put the ML the multiple sclerosis league on me and some shit. But the thing with Owen this is before Kratos. Remember, this is before my man David Jaffe, right? Man, I ain't gonna lie, he had the complexion for the connection. Bro, he got the complexion for the connection. Yeah, no, but listen, he got the complexion for the connection, so he ain't really get assaulted. My black ass, they had the multiple sclerosis association talking about making fun. Like, what the fuck? I had no way that we were making. Like, come on, bro, like that fucking like. Grown ass man, like I ain't making fun of no handicap kid. Like it ain't that console war shit ain't that serious. And like I say, I have my comedic bag. I don't have to, just be funny. I don't have to make fun of that. Like all I was saying, you're catering to all these other markets. This one or that. Where's the shit for the streets for the hardcore for us? That's all that I was saying. It's cool to do that. I ain't knocking you for doing that, motherfucker. For the fight, but I'm just saying is where's the stuff for me that I'm going to enjoy. That's all I was asking. But they took gaming. Bro, they took that again and say that I'm, attacking the motherfuckers, the paraplegic, motherfuckers with polio and shit, bro. Like, I can't make this shit up, right? So, I had to say, I am the inventor of the term Sony. As you come into the light, bro, I'm about to cut up, bro. This is shit about to go left, right? Of Sony Pony or you used to be weird, you weirdos and shit, but it used to be I can't say that word anymore, right? And because I've turned, like I said, a weirdo is a weirdo no matter the controller. I just hold Xbox guys to a high standard and like, silly nigga. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is just as weird, bro. So if you're gonna be honest, it's real talk, right? Now getting to know me, don't get caught up in the theatrics. And I got a thing for the stage and for the flair, right? You know what I mean? Graduated from the School of Arts, and I'm fucking at the university, right? Check it out, right? But but the underlying message of what I'm saying. Bro, like, it's like, what are we doing? Like, if anything, I always say that my integrity is in question. I've been the most honest. I've been the most even kill. Because I used to give Sony jokers, bro, what's crazy? I ain't get Xbox dudes hell. Sony jokers, I used to be out there taking their head over with a dull knife, bro. With a dull butter knife out there, when they couldn't even talk, wouldn't debate me and all them jokers. I had to tone it down because I could get no debates, right? Make it a little bit even. Like, I got a mouth, bro, I could talk slicker than Ken Oil. You know what I mean? But when you out there, talking about Octo Dad, and we can be subjective or objective, you know what I mean? Even when Sony saying this shit is sparse, you know what I mean? And then boom, Sony came out that motherfucker and showed me what they was doing in 2016. I was like, God damn, I gave credit where credit was due. But with the Xbox, all I got again was Gears, Forza, and Halo. That's all that I'm asking, and there's nothing wrong with the side dishes if you want to see Crackdown and. I told you guys a Crackdown wasn't the answer. That's never been up there with Gears and all that shit. And CF3 is cool. Those are cool as the, the entrees, the side dishes. The
appetizer.
But not as the main course. You understand what I'm saying? But when they put them, and it makes it look funny or bad when they put those games, every game that Sony released will come out, do they have their low-rated games? Absolutely. They have their 59, they have their 60, they all do, right? But they have the great shit to go along with that. You know what I mean? You're going to get your medievals. Or whatever, then you might get a Last of Us 2. You understand what I'm saying? You get the low, middle, AA, single A games, or B, whatever the hell, the Gravity Rush 2, but you don't get a big banger. You know what I mean? We didn't get that from Xbox. Listen, I'm going to say this again, and I don't want to be clear this, all right? Listen, shout out to everybody in the chat. I know I'm getting a little long-winded, let the rest of the panel talk, but the best game that released, just think about this, outside the last AAA game that released on this platform, outside of Gears of Force and Halo, was Quantum Break, right? 2016. But we're going to take it one step further. The best game to release on this platform outside of Gears, Forza, and Halo since Quantum Break was a $20 title on Cuphead. We're talking about $1 trillion company here, right?
Yep.
So bro, we gotta call a spade, a ball, a strike, right? So again, excuse me if I'm not getting excited for LLCs and all that shit, because it's always about the games. And I do take my hat off. I give credit where credit's due. With the Video Game Awards show, I haven't been excited about the brand in a very long time. Looks their last 5 minutes been better than the last 5 years. All I've been asking was wrong. a glimpse in the future, and the fact that they greenlighted a sequel on that game, whether you like, I didn't really care for the first one, and it wasn't successful. Maybe things may be changing. I'm just hoping just for competitive nature of gaming, but I'm gonna shut the hell up. But like, what do you guys think? You know, what I mean, even, like I said, with Mike Ybarra, and I have some stories about him. You know, we can...
listen, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You know, the thing about it, Dozy, is you got to realize, right? And I don't want to just kick his back in and throw him under the bus, but when you're getting a paycheck, right?
Hit the like button.
Paycheck for representing something, for doing something.
Okay.
Regardless of how it's going, you're gonna represent that. This man was getting a check for doing that. Well, he's no longer getting a check, so now he's speaking more freely. Yes, he was one of the people that led you astray, that a lot of times lied to you, overhyped. But and I look back in retrospective now, they paying you $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year.
Yeah,
you'll do the same thing. That's
hey,
your job.
Hey, listen, you out there selling drugs in the community, brother. You out there you out there selling drugs in the community, man. You know what I mean? I said I didn't want to sell drugs. He was gonna kill me. Who was gonna kill your mother? Look at him. C&B. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. New Jack to the gate. You got it.
Facts. Yeah, and so and so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt there, that because some of the stuff he's saying, all the stuff he's saying now is the same shit PlayStation guys have been saying, you've been saying for the last 2-3 years, is the most common sense stuff. But when you rewind back 3-4 months when he's working for Microsoft, he would have never said. For example, Kid Smooth asked him, "Hey, Mike Ibarra, which system are you gonna get next year?"
Oh man!
I mean, next
year. Why
year?
would he even
said
ask
PS5. He said, "I'm gonna play all them Xbox games on my PC." No reason for me to buy a damn Xbox Series X. So with that being said, that's what PlayStation guys have been saying all along. That's what a lot of PC guys have been saying all along. That's just common sense, right? But to hear that from an Xbox executive now, for Xbox executive now to come out and say, "Stop hyping all this fucking power. Power mean nothing. It's all about the games." But now he's saying that's something that we've been saying for the last 6 years. That's something you've been saying for the last 3 years. And now he's saying, underhype and over deliver. Now he's saying that. Well, guess what? That's something we've been saying for the last 6-7 years. So he is saying common sense stuff now. It may come to as a shocker to some, but that's common sense. But for a lot of guys in the Xbox community, it's a hard pill to swallow. Now they're trying to say, "Oh, that don't count for Mike Ybarra. He was a PC guy anyway. He really didn't have a big role at Microsoft anyway. He was the guy behind the scene. He really didn't." Now they're trying to damage control and lower the effect that he had. You see what I'm saying?
Why would Kiss Smooth even ask him that if he was he didn't mean anything?
Listen,
come on,
was an honest
that's a regular question.
Mike had been being liberal with his tongue. He been talking. He been hyping up Nintendo. He been hyping up PlayStation. He been out here playing God of War, playing Uncharted, The Last of Us. He been hyping that shit up. So Kid Smooth was probably like, "Man, this motherfucker, he is a real Sony pony." So Kid Smooth want to get down to the bottom of it. "Yo, Mike, where you stand? What you buying? What you copping next generation?" And Mike said, "See, I'm on that station all day, every day, baby."
So you on that station, huh?
I get it.
Yo, she the game.
I get it.
That PlayStation, man. That PlayStation.
I get the shit in terms of if he just prefer them games, that shit cool. But a lot of the shit that he said, or at least that you just said he said, Sony niggas been saying it, but it's like they haven't been doing that. They don't buy them games on goddamn PC. They don't even buy like third-party games on PC. So I don't know about that part of it. And then I think was he fired from Xbox, or did he just leave on his own, like his own volition?
I ain't gonna lie. That shit makes me question the shit that he been on Twitter saying, like, what really went down? Mike feeling some type of way, bro.
Listen, the shit he's saying is damn near. It's not quite, but it's damn near disrespectful. Like, that motherfucker
That's
said, "Hell nah, I ain't buying."
He also outed them.
I'm gonna be on that PlayStation.
He outed them.
He said that shit was the quickness. PlayStation motherfucking 5.
He fucking outed Microsoft and said that one guy makes the decision.
Something might have went down because
something might have went on right.
Because with Mike, I ain't gonna lie to you, because the shit that he be tweeting, I'm like, yo, I mean, what happened?
Or he's just playing from working there so long.
Maybe one thing.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead, talk.
Listen, let me tell y'all something, bro. Number one, y'all always got it twisted because Mike always was rocking with PC. Even when PUBG came out and he was posting wins, all you had to do was look at the pictures. He posted ultra wide.
Yeah.
Xbox One X it don't support ultra wide, which is 3440 by 1440p. He was always on PC. Like, he never really fucked with the Xbox in the first place. I mean, you think about it, how can you be mad?
Hey, Gary, hop back out. Hop in.
My bad.
Hey,
No, hop in. No.
Gary came looking for D, bro. D not here, Gary.
Yeah, hop right back
Let
out.
me pay the bill in a second.
Analog.
That nigga Gary came looking for D, bro.
Stu, hey, we got Stuart Stokes with the $2.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of weird. Like, it'd be one thing if he was like, Xbox need to make AAA bangers.
That's that background, man. Goddamn.
That's some shit we all couldn't agree with.
Me. I muted my shit.
The
fact he don't got no positive shit to say is kind of strange.
All right, hold on. We got the Analog Circle podcast. Shout out to you. He said, "What's up, good bro?" "What's up, good brothers? Just stopping by to show some support to my brothers in these gaming streets. I appreciate it." And my brother Stu and Stowe. "What's up, Stu? We ain't game together in a minute." I got my favorite white boy Roscoe Thurman in the chat, man. What's up, baby? But okay. But you say you say he's coming off as a scorned girlfriend right now. You know what I mean?
It got me wondering, bro. It got me wondering.
He said one thing. He said one thing, and somebody on the panel mentioned that a little bit earlier, a while ago. He did say that somebody said, well, all the issues that Microsoft was going through and not really fair to blame field and this and that, and they restructuring. And Mike Ybarra said, nope. He replied that, nope. So basically everything that he just said, nope, that wasn't the case. Mike said it was only one person at that company, one person that made a decision, and that was Phil Spencer.
Did he name that person? But all he said was one person.
No, he didn't name him, but we know who it is.
It's implied. Phil Spencer is.
I don't heard Terry Myers. I heard about a bunch of boogeymen.
I heard Donnie D, bro.
Mike Ibarra also said, right? All of the story about Terry Myerson and all that.
But he did say Phil was there.
All that was fake. That was made up. Fanboys made that up.
Oh, from the industry insiders, right?
Yeah. All these industry insiders, they made that up so they can feel better about themselves.
Okay, you know what? How about this?
How about Phil Spencer under the bus?
How about this? Right, hold on, because listen, this shit about to go hit the like button. I hear some ringing in my ear right quick. Hold on.
Yeah, we got Roscoe True with the $2.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this alien. We finna get to it in a second, brother.
I know. Now listen, now excuse me for looking at the glass as being half empty, right? It's something I've always said. I know when I come up saying this, I'm not. People don't look at me as the biggest Phil Spencer fan. They always got to say,
"You're black, Z. Nothing you say has credibility. Don't forget."
You're probably right? And I always come up and say that I'm a Phil Spencer heritage, that I'm a Donnie D fanboy. Throw out the insults now, right? What I'm saying is, and Thor, but my man White Boy Thor, and I call White Boy Thor, he was the first person of the opposite color amongst, that I made friends with on Xbox Live. Me and Thor come from two different walks of life. Me, I've been rocking out with Thor since the OG Xbox 2002 Xbox Live. We go back that far. You know what I mean? Got each other personal phone over and everything. Shout out to White Boy Thor. Now, with that being said, right? So everything that I don't like about this play, my man Thor is the biggest Xbox guy, dude. And I will say this. My man showed me the XCloud running yesterday on his phone. I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was running flawless. If it works like that everywhere, I know he has T-Mobile and 5G. I don't know whatever he was running. That bitch was working. With no latency or nothing. I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed by that though. But everything that I don't like under this platform, I didn't like about this platform, came under him, right? And again, they went away from what made. Like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The marketing, the theme console, shit that get gamers excited, right? They totally went away from all that for whatever reason, right? You can blame it. I didn't heard again about Terry Myers and all the fucking boogeymen, right? And then it even went on to say, but Phil had to convince Nadala, right, or whatever to keep. You had to convince the now, even Nadala. He's been a part of Microsoft for a while, right? And we talking about this Microsoft being business, and I keep saying that they own so much shit around gaming, within gaming, right? I can tell you that even when I speak about diehard Xbox fanboy shit, they even own the program that fucking the video game users, developers use to make the fucking video game. Microsoft owns a lot of shit that you don't even hear about, right? If you talking about, I have to convince you to stay in gaming, all the while spending $2 billion on Minecraft, right? Now check this shit out, right? Now somebody going out there make a $2 billion investment, that's what I call bullshit, right? go out there and make a $2 billion investment, and I had to convince you to keep the Xbox division. That doesn't make sense, nor does it add up, right? We have to call a ball, a strike.
I think that came up afterwards, though.
No.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
up. Pony's hanging off your Barba's nuts, but Corey Barlog hyper CES, just an individual. Glad to see Kratos came out of hiding. Where's D-Bad chat? Oh, hey, listen, being messy, right?
Damn.
So, but so again, right? So I believe they bought Minecraft in 2015. Let me, 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was 2015. 2015. I believe it was 2015. Somebody Google the phone. 2015?
Yeah.
Before E3 around 2015, right? So all the while talking about, hold on. Damn, my man Foot is getting shot in the fifth. Damn, shut up. Yeah, it's my George, my bro.
With the $50. Shout out for that, good brother. I have T-Mobile only using 4G right now, but can't wait for 5G. I'm currently in Illinois.
Yeah, man, my man. Yeah, shout out to my man. Even though we get away,
let's know about that.
Hey, yo, listen. Even though we come from two different, he the biggest Trump supporter in the world, but that's my dude, though. He ain't nobody racist. That's my brother, Roscoe Thurman, right? Yeah, but what I'm saying is this, right? And even me pleading, say quote unquote, Thor, you know how you say OG Xbox guy, right? You know what I mean? Been in through these trenches. So when you got a guy like myself sit back saying, oh, bro, like what the fuck is going on here? It's like I'm taking a shower. Then somebody cut off the hot water. Like, hey, bro, you motherfuckers out there washing up with motherfucking hot dog water. Like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? You know what I mean? Well, Alex, what's good, boy? So instead of motherfuckers again, maybe, hey, listen, maybe I wasn't the front man. I would hate to say maybe it's not the context of my color, but the color of my goddamn skin. To get behind, I was bringing up valid points. They slapped me in the back of the head with the pistol, my black ass at the G-Ride on the side of the highway, bro. You know what I mean? And this thing kept it pushing. You know what I mean? Spread love and not negativity. Boomtastic. You remember all this shit right here, right? So then again, all I'm saying is motherfuckers have to be honest. Just stop. You can watch whoever you want to watch. You can whoever you find. YouTube is entertaining, right? But just because a motherfucker's telling you something that you want to hear, when it was even when I'm thinking, crap, my manga problem, crap was bringing you the real. Just because a motherfucker's telling you something that you want to hear doesn't make it right, bro. I ain't capping for none of these motherfucking companies at the end of the day, bro. It's a business, and you know what I mean. It's not really about you and I, but it's like you say, quote unquote, about the games, right? And to be honest, does power matter or does it doesn't matter? You know what I mean? We can't have it both ways. So I'm just trying to set the bar and see who won't, whatever the fuck the case may be. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter or it don't matter. You know what I mean? But shall I digress? Now for everyone here, does this power matter? Hello?
No. Nope.
No.
Power does not matter. It's all about.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
If power mattered, the Switch would fucking already be canceled.
But Switch is in a whole different league, though. You gotta remember that.
Don't matter. It's they eating the same money. They taking the same money away from Sony and Microsoft when it comes for sales about the dollar bill. It's a console. They sell games for it. That it's simple.
We at war right now.
They fired some missiles and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it's on. Let's go. USA.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But with that being said, though, so
yeah, I listen. If power mattered, the X would be winning MPDs and kicking ass right now.
That's because they ain't got no games.
Power matters to a certain degree.
All right, let's
power to run the games though.
But
Nintendo don't really need power.
There's only what?
All right, let's say the Series X is powerful and they got games. Then what? What we gonna say? Power doesn't matter.
Let's put it this way: the power crown doesn't matter. But yeah, of course, every generation you want something more powerful.
All right, but answer the question though: if the Series X is dominant in both aspects, in power and in games, then what? What are we saying?
Okay, now see that. Okay, that's my boy, my man, smoking like not outside of the fanboy, keeping it funky. We got AP the shooter.
Yeah. We got AP the shooter with the $5. How much Xbox paid AMD to put up that fake glass table holder? Laughing my ass off. Bot's about to pay $600 for power and Sea of Thieves and AK fucking.
Okay. All right. Now shout out to my brother AP the shooter. Sit down with the golden AK, right? Now Alex put up a very valid point, man. From my man Alex put up. Hey, Alex, I miss you coming on the shows, man. Me and Rock out.
I'm back, B. I'm back.
I'm back. My bad. So check this out. So again, like at the start of the generation, right? Let's be honest. We're gonna be looking for eye candy, right? Looking for eye candy. And us we all gonna be. And then say, God, well, I'm gonna own both consoles, and whatever the case may be. Now we talking about hardware ray tracing, right? That's the new quote unquote what it motherfuckers are hanging their hat
marketing bullshit.
Okay, cool. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, HDR was real good. HDR was a good implementation. You know what I mean? HDR looks great. You know what I mean? But I also spoke to some people, right? Those people, right? Even with HDR, so I would say next generation everything should be 60 frames. I don't think that's gonna happen. If ray tracing is a thing like HDR, still look for those single player games to be 4K 30. You know what I mean? Because that does even the 2080 takes a hit. Ti with the ray tracing on. You know what I mean? It's going to take a hit unless they give people the option to turn it off or turn it on or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But it does take a hit in far as performance. It will. You know what I mean? We get some more.
Yeah, it should be like anti-aliasing or something like that, where you can turn it off. That's my opinion.
Hey yo, Roscoe Thermos, I was the first wave beta test. You and I both, Roscoe. You and I both. We came up in the trenches, man. You came up in the trenches. Me, my man, the thought was there. You know what I mean? But like I said, again, right? It's real talk. Like I said, just getting back to Mike Ybarra and his newfound, religion. He's found Christ, right? To you, I say, where's my camera? I'm gonna find a camera. Well, Baron said, Baron got a cameraman. We find the camera, bro. F2 Brute.
Yo.
What was you at when they was out there crucifying my black ass, bro? When they put the Diabetic Association on me. No one ran on my defense. You know what I mean? You gotta look at the cameraman. Gotta find the cameraman. Where was y'all at, man? You know what I mean?
That dude was staring in the sky, bro. That dude crazy as shit.
He got his markers from fucking K Mega. That shit on.
Yo.
Not only that, Zeke Evans. Well, he said Marcus said like I said, but just bring it back a notch. Right? Just fold back a notch. All right, boom. Microsoft. We had Sony CES. They took the stage yesterday, right? The PlayStation little thing was on stage for about 20 minutes or so. They talked about engagement, users, numbers.
The logo.
They showed the logo, and they showed the little specs, right? Did they troll their Sony fans?
Facts.
No.
I don't think they did. I told you, they're not really there to show that shit. They just want the...
CES is the Consumer Electronics Show. They've never shown a console there.
But the OG Xbox got showed up there. But,
and that's why they show anything on it.
Microsoft showed they showed their next generation console at a award.
At a video game award show, yeah.
But that was ain't gonna lie though. That was them being
it's a strategy for them because listen, when you're losing and you don't have the mind share, sometimes you just got to do some shit, and they
gotta break some new ground
off for them. That was a great move, and I gave them all the props for that. But you got to realize,
social media.
Sony has the mind share. It's running on their clock, right? They get to call the shots to do whenever so they don't have. I mean, they just showed you all the numbers, right? They're leading in every single stat. They're fucking making all the money. They fucking brought out a goddamn car. They're making cars now. So that shows you what kind of swag they got. They can take their time and do whatever. They feel no pressure. But they did say, and one thing you guys can't forget, they did say stay tuned for the next upcoming months for the PS5 rollout and more information and we're going to show you games. They're going to show you the hardware and everything else. So
don't they got an event coming up soon though in February or some shit?
That's what I'm talking about. It's in February or March. That's what they're talking about.
Supposedly.
So that's what I'm saying. We were hopeful that they show us something. We were hopeful for that because we want to see.
Because Corey Ballock says it's his first time there. AMD, now according to D, AMD was going to show up the Nvidia killers.
Yes.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen. All the industry insiders, the YouTube and Twitter industry insiders
shout out RDX.
Phil Spencer was going to be there.
Shout out RDX.
Z messy, you messy. Z.
I know. Hey, bro.
The insiders told them that this is going to be the best CES ever. And so none of that shit happened. So a lot of people are probably disappointed that none of the fake rumors happened. But I'm happy because shit, I mean, that looked like a badass car. We officially got the name. We know the stats, the numbers.
Stop it, Jay.
The TVs.
Hey, that bitch capping.
Jay, stop it, bro.
Yeah, that bitch capping.
My boy Jay about the cop. What you talking about?
Yeah, they capping.
Sony came out there, dropped the top.
Hey, yo, Sony came out there with two black mechanics in the lug, which was some hubcaps, bro.
Jay, tell him you gonna get it.
Yeah, he gonna buy it. He ain't gonna buy it. Yeah, he gonna buy it.
He's buying it. He's buying it.
I know he
that
is.
motherfucker, especially with a PS5 built in.
Hey yo.
Talk about it.
Oh, they got a box built, PS5 built in.
No, I said I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna have it customized with that built in.
Oh, where? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hold on.
Hey, shout out to Jabbar. I gotta pay the bills real quick. Shout out to Jabbar. What's up, my brother? The captain of the PlayStation Nation with the $5. Yo, Zaire. He said debates coming back next gen or nah. Again. Yeah. Then we got Coop Man 30 with the $5.
Coop Man.
He said, I don't understand what the people want to see. He said, I don't want to see anything until the full reveal. With everything we knew, it wasn't the full reveal. Yeah. Listen, Mark Cerny is out there and Sony keeping their cards to their chest.
Yeah.
We know they're going to do the goddamn
Inbox me that screenshot. Inbox me that screenshot.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Yeah. I'll send it to you right now.
All right. We can talk about this.
I just felt like they shouldn't have did nothing.
Yeah, everybody knows whenever Sony do what they do, is going to be lit. The mere fact that Sony didn't display the PS5, just the name, just the logo PS5 got millions, like 5 million hits. And that was 3 times more. I mean, matter of fact, that was way more times than with the 700,000 people that liked the Xbox Series X when it revealed.
Yeah.
So that's
a lot of Sony niggas out there though, bro.
Yeah, they got the mind share right now.
That's part of the marketing. I think that's why Sony they trolled is kind of a little harsh.
Sony came out there and trolled them Xbox boys. That's what really happened. They ain't need to come out there and see. You understand? You don't see Jason. I mean, what's my man name? Ain't that Jason that do the
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't see him first. Or you heard the noise. That was the logo. You just heard the noise. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Dawn's on the way, man. All you hear that dun 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 dun. Motherfucker look around. The fuck? Yo.
Yeah.
Xbox boy got scared to death, boys. A lot of shitty Pampers out there, boy.
Motherfucker
was shook.
I posted it, Z. You can get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna post on the screen. Now listen here. Now, and I know my man Garrett up here. May God forgive him for his sins. He's a PC gamer, right? But check this out, though, right? Now how should I say this, right? Now D was making some wild claims that AMD was going to show it to give us Nvidia.
That's because he smoked coke.
Oh man, God,
what are you talking about?
Did we get the video? I don't know much about graphics.
You talking about the Canadian con man?
Yeah. Did we get to the video?
The crackhead Canadian con man.
Did we get to the
man?
video?
Listen, Z, with your lying eyes. The man is a known liar.
Right.
Y'all are stupid, man.
All right, so I got to open my screen right here. What I'm looking at here, Kratos.
Yeah. Okay. So what we got right now, this is some leaked information. I'm still trying to narrow down the source. This is from some magazine. That's the article that's going to be coming out.
Yeah,
but it kind of clarified some of the PS5 talk with the whole 9 T-flops, 9.2 T-flops or whatever. And basically, let me go ahead and read this. It said to clarify some confusion regarding next generation consoles. Sony and Microsoft are doing 2 different.
Who the fuck eating a cup of noodles?
So like Alex is like,
my bad, bro. I'm sick. Remember?
Oh shit!
Hey yo,
I knew that shit was noodles too. Hey yo,
kind of like Baby Yoda.
Hey yo,
Let me mute myself. Go ahead, read.
Alex eat him the hood booger way too, yo. He's sipping ass, nigga, fucking his ew, bro.
Hey, Baby Yoda from now on.
My bad. Yo, read that shit out.
Go ahead. My bad, J-Dub.
No problem. Yeah, to clarify some confusion regarding the next generation consoles, Sony and Microsoft are doing 2 different approaches to tackle their prospective APUs. Sony's implementing a discrete chipset along with the APU for hardware ray tracing. He says the claim 9.2 T-flops is solely dedicated to the overall GPU power inside the PS5. To emphasize, with this algorithm, Sony has managed to target its specifications with just 36 and 40 compute units.
All right.
Meanwhile, Microsoft, on the other hand, they have managed to bake hardware ray tracing within their APU chipset, which means that's the CPU, the GPU, and the ray tracing all baked into one chip. By increasing the overall volume, that's why you got that big ass chip they've been showing, talking about 400 millimeters in computing power. This costs Microsoft to add an additional compute units to accommodate its needs. It results in 52 and 56 compute units and the highly claimed 12 T-flops of GPU power. Yeah. And it says, overall, the takeaway from this is hardware ray tracing played a crucial role for Sony and Microsoft on designing their APU chipset. In layman's term, Microsoft chosen to increase the overall GPU power to 12 T-flops since it's shared in between the GPU and the hardware ray tracing. Meanwhile, Sony went with the lesser GPU power at 9.2 T-flops, but it added a discrete chipset just solely for hardware ray tracing. At the end, expect both consoles to have a similar graphics fidelity.
So 9 and 12.
So that means not. So to break this down, it sounds like Sony decided to have a discrete GPU specifically for the graphics and video portion, and then they decided to have the ray tracing dedicated ray tracing chip on top of the CPU to be able to do that. So they have two particular packages where Microsoft went with the standard, what they did last generation, just jam everything up together.
Yeah.
So
hey, hold on, Roscoe. Yeah, the Alienware handheld.
I don't know.
It's right now. Hold on 1 second. The Alienware.
What that means?
The Alienware thing that they showed is a prototype, but it's a concept rather. So it may lead to something down in the future. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry. What you say?
So this means Microsoft. They have to share their resources, all the memory, all of the GPU.
AK is gonna dump it down.
It's shared in the APU. It's in one package.
All right.
Whereas Sony has individual chips that's designed for that. So that means that system don't have to run so hot because they don't have a big ass chip. They got
I don't know, bro.
Which implementation going?
As long as next place don't
that means it's gonna be smaller, right?
Yes, that's what it means. Because think about it, when you jam everything together, the chip has to be bigger. A lot of times you have to lower the clock speed down lower, and you can't run it as hotter because you got everything jammed in there together. Your GPU, the CPU, and the ray tracing chip is creating all this heat. So Sony decided to separate them out, lower the GPU computational, however they with the T-flops or whatever, lower the CUs basically. They decided to use a lower number of CUs, but basically in the end, it's going to equal the same thing because you have a discrete dedicated GPU. Then you have your ray tracing chip and your CPU together, so you can raise the clock speeds on those higher. So it sounds like they're going to end up at the same point in the end. At the end of the day, it's going to be the same thing, but they're using two different methods to do that. Now, we don't know, right? We don't know which one is going to benefit in the end. We just don't know. But given Mark Cerny's track record on what the fuck he was able to do with 1.8 T-flops, I gotta trust that man made a decent decision to do that.
Was he the one with the floating point shits?
Yeah, he was. He did.
Shit.
And that shit worked out for him on games like Formula 1, 2017 and 2018. They were able to get 4K 60 by doing that, by doing the rapid pack math. So there are games out there that take advantage of that for those that you don't know.
Hey, Chris,
for those you guys don't know.
Yo, hey, Chris, next question.
Yeah.
So with this, what you was talking about now, for the next God of War and how they program it, does that mean this new one won't have to choose between a graphics mode and a performance mode?
Well, we don't know. It's at this point, it's about the developers and how Cory Barlog and them are going to depend on how they decide to use this newly powered. Now we all know, right? A discrete GPU is much better than having a built-in built-in APU because
that's true.
No, I wouldn't know. This all
for heat reasons, power consumption. There's a lot of different reasons to do that, right? Just like your laptop, right? A lot of times the laptops come with a built-in package to save power. But guess what? You can't run it like a desktop, like a discrete GPU because it's not separate. It don't have its own separate power supply. It don't have its own separate cooling fan and all kind of stuff like that. It's kind of all in one. So if Sony's able to use this design and spread the heat across the whole board, then we may get a smaller, slim design. It may use a lot less power, or they can just fucking ramp up the GPU and have it fucking. It may be true. They may be running 2 gigahertz clock speeds on the GPU because it's dedicated.
Well, I have a feeling D about to
as
kick
long
down
as
the
it's for like
door
a
and
phone
walk in this
stuff,
bitch
it's
talking about you lying.
Hey,
No, I hope he can
You're
come in
fucking
here.
lying eyes.
I hope he can come in
Fucking
here.
shit up.
all right, so let me get some grasp of this. So, like we still don't know if ray tracing is going to be a thing for next generation, more or less.
It is if they are making dedicated chips with PlayStation.
Well, I'm saying I'm not talking about far as first part. I'm talking about far as third
Games.
party. Yeah, third party. You know what I mean? Like I said,
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm saying each generation okay.
King's
I can
Blood.
see EA taking
What over there, bro?
Do you ever turn on ray tracing on Battlefield on PC when you play it?
Nah, I only use ray tracing twice. Once on Control and once on what's that other game? Call of Duty, Modern Warfare.
Okay. Well, I use ray tracing on Battlefield. I use ray tracing on Metro Exodus and Control. Some games is huge. It's a big difference. Some games I didn't like Control. I didn't really notice the difference per se because it's that like Quantum Break type game. So the light sources already look kind of good. But Battlefield, when you look at the water puddles and the gun mechanics and stuff like that, when you're going slow, you can tell. But I was telling Z earlier before the podcast, when you playing Battlefield at 100 frames per second and you moving around and you ducking and dodging bullets, you're not really seeing the effects of ray tracing, So I don't know. It's up to the developers on how they're gonna add that. I don't think the day one games are gonna blow our minds when it comes to ray tracing. I think they're gonna look good naturally, but we'll see. But it seems like both companies are dedicating a lot of resources and a lot of money and time on ray tracing. So I don't think it's gonna be one of those things that it won't get used.
I mean, I just can't wait for the next generation. Period. I'm tired of this shit we got now. I mean, I already expressed that last year.
Yeah,
and Z was on board with me.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't
new
wait
hardware.
for
I mean, pause. It gets excited. But I'm just saying. But do you think? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, right? I mean, Sony's gonna do what they're gonna do. Sony, as far as how you say it's quote unquote exclusives, right? But when it comes to the multiplex, I mean, whatever the case may be, now at the beginning of the generation, that was Sony's. Right, they had the they had the, how you say the definitive version of the multiplex, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's a misstep on their behalf? Because to be honest, let's say if Microsoft goes back to being aggressive, right?
Yeah.
And because even though you had the X, right, like I just said yesterday, Sony still had all the marketing for the bigger multiplex, whether the duties, the battlefields, Battlefronts, Red Dead Redemption, the Grand Theft Autos, they still had the marketing rights for those games. What going into the next generation? Microsoft has the more powerful console, right? And what if they go back to getting the marketing rights that they used to do? Do you think Sony may have, spent that money on a hubcap? Because ain't gonna be real. That's still a lot, though. That's 3 goddamn T-flops. 9.2 to 12. We can spin it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think Sony's still gonna have the, until Microsoft Studios show me something. I think they still gonna have. I'm still looking forward to God of War, Spider-Man, X, Y, and Z. I mean, so Microsoft come on and shock me. But that's a lot of goddamn mustard on a hot dog.
Here's the mistake people make. People think that T-flops equate into a final product. They think
I'm with you 125%.
This game look good because of the T-flops. No, the game looked good because the developer made a good-looking game.
Absolutely. I'm not negating it.
Listen, look at God of War. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, all that on the Pro. Now, people will say this will look better on the X. But guess what? If you don't have a developer making it for the X,
Kratos, I'm with you.
Hold on.
Okay.
Or a developer
like a Red Dead.
A developer makes a shitty port. Look at Red Dead, right?
Yeah.
Make a shitty port. There's been a lot of shitty ports. There's been a lot of shitty ports on the X. Games have run better and look better on the Pro. It's all up to the developer.
I know.
So,
I said that. I'm saying as far as the multiplex. I'm not questioning what Sony's going to do with their box. Like Nintendo can get all that mustard on that little dog so that hardware. That I'm not negating that, but we all know at the start of the generation until like maybe the second or third year in, games have to be cooked and developed X, Y, and Z. Right? We're gonna have the multiplex. I'm just saying, what if Microsoft goes back to being aggressive like they were with the 360? You know what I mean? And get a lot of the, how you say, quote unquote, the multiplats, get the duties, you know what I mean, and XYZ, and quote unquote, we can, like I said again, that's a lot. If these rumors are true, and I'm gonna say this again, and we can be competitive who has the better games. That's a lot. I just don't know why Sony would do that. Give your biggest competitor at the start of the generation. Ain't nobody gonna have no games. I'm gonna be clear that. Ain't nobody gonna have shit.
Based on what I just read, it said they're gonna be neck and neck. You're looking at it. You're looking at the T-flop numbers.
No. I think that's just in terms of ray tracing.
No, I'm
they already have a 2 teraflop lead and it didn't do shit for this gen.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Let me out. That's what I'm saying. When we can't erase the past. We can't go back and erase slavery, right? What happened is happening, right? Fuck it, right? What I'm saying is this, right? Is that it was a big deal. Listen, bro, I was in these streets, bro. I got my jaw broke 3-4 times out there, but in the 12th round. I had 3 more rounds to go between 1.3 and 1.
The cloud wiped him out.
Yeah, for real. It took my life, right? I had to come back. You know what I mean? I got a zipper in the middle of my stuff. I can't even zip up, right? Check this shit out. But it was a big deal between 1.3 and 1.8. We talking about the start of the generation, a 3 teraflop advantage. God damn. Yeah. When everybody just got multiplats. I know Sony shit gonna look good. I know Sony gonna have. I'm not negating any of that right there. I'm talking about a tip man going up on a Tuesday, $2 tip, Diamond ahead, $2 tip. What up, tip Diamond?
Yep.
So
he said tip Diamond with $2. He said 9.2 rapid pack math equal 18.4 T flops. So.
I'm just saying.
Tip.
Oh my god.
Do you? All I'm asking, to be fair, is do you think that's like a calc? Them being. Bro, like, man, you know, that's a lot to get to your biggest competitor, especially at the beginning. Ain't nobody gonna have no games. We all be playing Duty, Battlefields, and X, Y, and Z. The Assassin's Creed, you know what I mean? You know.
Let's say a third party.
Microsoft still not gonna sell consoles in certain countries and all that other shit.
Oh, I ain't
Sony still gonna mop the fucking floor with them. It don't matter.
Yeah, that go what I said.
It ain't nothing nobody can do. It ain't nothing that you can do with a fucking Xbox. It's nothing that Xbox can do with a fucking PlayStation. Truth be told, how you gonna get me to buy the next Xbox when the best thing you had since getting y'all shit together is Sea of Thieves?
Oh damn! Hey brother,
that's a good point.
You ain't even
That's a good point.
There's not gonna Z. There's not gonna be one.
Y'all heard that moment of silence?
Hold on.
That's facts though.
Hold on, bro.
Gears is gears. We gonna give you more Halo. Come on, man. Like, come on.
They got
let me drink some of this water.
Fuck around, I ain't buy this Halo.
Oh shit! You drinking it up?
That was a savage move of the day.
You ain't even no real drinker. You ain't no real drinker. Go shot for shot, fuck boy.
Oh man,
you said
I had to timestamp that.
Yeah,
you said you were lightweight.
Yeah, hold on, bro.
Listen, go shot for shot.
Oh no, this is what I said.
I bet you would. You on heroin? Go ahead.
This is what I said, right? Real talk, right?
Right.
At the start of the generation, right? Ain't nobody gonna have no multiplayer consoles. We remember the multiplats, right? I'm just saying, because we can't, you know, it was a big deal between 1.3 and 1.8. If Microsoft goes back to being aggressive, right? Getting quote unquote the marketing rights, right? Of the duties, the big shit, the Fortnite season 2.0, whatever the fuck they come out between now and then. You know what I mean? Why they studios are getting their shit together. I'm just saying, Microsoft's not gonna sell in Spain or Japan. I'm not negating that. You know what I mean? If they go back to like they did with the 360 and be extremely aggressive and open up their checkbook, do you think? I'm just asking. Do you think there can be a misstep by Sony by giving your biggest competitor, you know what I mean, that big of an advantage in 3 teams? Now Sony's still gonna make goddamn great games. I'm not saying their games ain't gonna be better. Halo was dog shit. No, I don't play Forza. I'm not negating any of that whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Make Sony better. That's what it would do.
We don't know if them numbers are right to begin with.
Listen.
We don't know shit.
We're just saying if those numbers are right, though,
hold on. Let's go with Z's model, right? Let's say it is 9.2 T flops versus 12 T flops. Let's say with that. Let's say they got the marketing deal. They started going
at
out
the start.
Yeah, at the start. Let's say they start doing that, right? Mm-hmm. What person would decide to go Xbox instead of PlayStation, knowing you got God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Spider-Man, and
the casual that don't know about them games.
Not only just that,
the
Jay.
listen,
you can't even just say
I
that.
hate to say it, but the install base for Xbox is only about 40 to 50 million.
Oh, no doubt. But a lot of motherfuckers.
Sony gonna win.
But you can't even just use that. You can't even just use that.
Sony's gonna win.
I got a better question for y'all. Here goes a better question. Ready?
Hold on. How about all the people that bought the games digital? You think I'm gonna start all over on the Xbox?
No.
That's the thing. That's why this is the worst gen to lose.
And VR. VR's the trump card.
VR, fuck out of here. But
VR's the fucking trump card.
Yesterday night talking about VR.
Fuck out of here.
VR is the trump card.
Hey, here's the question for you. Y'all ready?
You can't play VR.
You gotta remember, digital catalog.
Sony ain't gonna be coming with shit from the beginning. They probably gonna have a couple rinky-dink games. They ain't having no big hitters.
Yeah.
Microsoft coming out there with Halo.
Yeah.
What happened if they come with Halo and they behind 2-1, 3-1, some shit like that?
You know.
Oh yeah.
Bruh.
Hey yo. You know what the listen.
That's like what happened if Deontay Wilder just somehow got old overnight through his strongest blow and the motherfucker just stood there like,
The problem with young lady. You know what the problem was that though is that the Halo was infinite. It's not exclusive to next generation. You know what I mean? So I can't even count that as a system seller. You know what I mean? They're coming out with the gate with Halo, but you can play it on your X or whatever the hell. You know what I mean?
This shit about to get messy. You heard? This shit about to get messy. P-Rock just pulled up. It's over.
oh shit. Hey, P-Rock, what up, bro? I ain't spoke to you in a minute.
Hey, what up? Hold on. Give me a minute.
All right, Rock. I'm gonna ask that same question to Rock.
Hold on. On a serious note, P-Rock, you there?
I know. Nigga, P-Rock and all the time.
He said hold on.
Hey, I need to find out what's going on.
You didn't mention.
Hey, yo, y'all gonna have to get y'all recorders ready. He's about to get crazy. Hit the like button too.
P-Rock like the Puerto Rico.
That shit retired, huh?
Somebody background loud as hell.
Maybe getting promoted was such a good idea.
D on his way too. It's a robot lives.
My wife said that.
Chill, he took his dreads out. He about to get his curls back in.
What? My wife said I should have retired.
Yo,
I'm gonna say this.
Hours already, bro.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yo, how it ain't even 10 days into 2020 and bro already taking L's. God damn. Hey yo,
motherfucker taking more L's than the Patriots right now. Like,
Damn.
But here's the thing. Just because I had to come in here after hearing, because my brother Z, man, he's my brother, right? We in this shit. We're the old dinosaurs. But I constantly tell him, man, it's not just strictly the power, it's the price, right? When you go to a dealership, right, and you see a Toyota Camry for $25,000 and a Mercedes-Benz, like a certain class for 50 or 60, that's normal. No one has a problem. No one looks at the, no one flips out. But imagine if you go into a dealership and that same Camry's $80,000 and the Beamer's $60,000. You're going to be like, what the fuck is this shit $80,000 for? And that was Xbox One's problem when they launched at $500. People ask, why the fuck am I paying $500 for? Even to this day, Microsoft still hasn't justified why they're selling $500 console. Fact. When motherfuckers are playing God of War and you get 4K chicken Sea of Thieves, motherfuckers are asking, why does Microsoft even bother selling $500
Hey, bro,
consoles?
I'm not negating any of that, people.
No, what I'm saying is this. Okay. If Microsoft comes up, let's say it is 12 T-flops to 9 T-flops, right?
Okay.
As long as Sony doesn't do something stupid as matching the price or releasing a more expensive console, where people have to ask, why am I paying $500 for a PlayStation 4?
Here's a question. And I'm glad you said pricing. Now, given the fact that, again, it does have Sony owns patent SSD and all other shit right there. And they talk about a separate chip too, right? That's adding to the cost, right? Do you think this console is going to be $400?
Potentially.
I don't think so.
I'll say this. It'll be cheaper if they go with the 9.2. If they go with the 9 T-flop card, it's going to be cheaper than Xbox SX. They won't be the same price. Because remember, both companies, you guys act like Sony is getting a different vendor. AMD is selling the same shit to everybody.
I'm not negating it.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the cost is of this 12 T-flop card, it's the same card available for PlayStation. It's the same price.
Hey, not to sound like I don't sound like the devil's advocate, but Jay did say they had 3 different chips on their PlayStation.
Yeah, hold on.
That could run them a little more.
Yeah, sometimes
a little more money.
Let me pay the bills real quick. Shout out to Uncle Teddy. See y'all effing sit down when J-Dubs talk. Listen, and my man here, Tip Diamond. What? Hey, Tip, don't get the cable cut off. That's the second tip in one day. Everybody knows you're cheap. P-Rock, stop reaching. No, this is what I'm saying, right? Sony has their own patented SSD, right? That's going to answer the cost, right? That's something cool, right? Okay. And if they charge me $400 for a Pro at 4 T-flops, I'm just being honest here, right? You'll be real. They charge me $400 for 4 T-flops. I don't show them charge me $400 for 9. That ain't happening.
I mean, it's a whole different time. It's a whole different time.
I get it.
Hold on, let's say
the PS5 is $500, right? It's still going to be cheaper than SX.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know.
If they went with a 12 T-flop GPU, it's going to be more expensive. You cannot tell me that the cost of the SX and the PS5 is going to be the same. With 2, that's like saying the 2080 Ti.
It depends on what loss. It depends on what loss the company
want to take that loss.
Yeah, it depends.
Microsoft
ain't taking no loss because they ain't even trying to take a loss now.
Bro, we're talking about.
That's facts, though.
He ain't taking. He is not taking. He's not taking huge losses on a console that they're telling y'all you don't even need to buy.
I think don't they got a cheaper model though? Don't Xbox got a cheaper model?
They're gonna have a cheaper model. That's why they're not dropping.
That shit don't mean nothing.
That's what I'm thinking. But if you're saying price is important and Xbox got a $50-$100 cheaper model, and then you got the option for the expensive shit, I don't see how that ain't smart. It ain't gonna work because Sony already got the mind share, but they will have a cheaper box though.
If I go in the store and the Xbox cheap version is sitting there, it's cheaper than the PlayStation, but it's weak as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
PlayStation is in between that and the motherfucking XSX. I'm going with the PlayStation, bro. I get the medium joint.
Hey, yo,
I feel you. That's us though. Like I'm gonna get the Series X and the 5, but like the regular nigga who just like, yo, I just want to play some shit.
All right, hold on. Pay the bills real quick.
The regular motherfucker's gonna get a PlayStation. That's just the mind share.
They already have a back catalog.
They already have the mind share. The motherfucker's like,
the mind share and the digital stuff.
The regular motherfucker already made up their mind.
Hey,
they said
I'm not saying the Xbox gonna win.
Shit, bro.
All right, let me pay the bills real quick. Shout out to my brother Vedger. He said a more optimized firmware that works flawless together with games will make a 9.2 T-flop hardware run circles around 11 T-flop hardware with badly now, I don't know. Like, one thing, Microsoft. I'm gonna shout out my brother Reggie too, man. I don't know.
Let me ask you about that.
Hold on a second. I don't know as far as the T was saying as well, which is cool. But Microsoft is a software company. I'm not. This is what they do. This is what pays the bills for them. You know what I mean? As far as software, Sony's a hardware company, right? That's what keeps the lights on for them. These men out in the car. You know what I mean? Now, again, Sony's developers have, they did great. What they did with in-house. I'm not negating that. But I'm just saying also too, right? Eye candy. I'm just being honest, right? If the game, here's the thing. Where I don't know what Microsoft's going to charge, right? Let's say if the bitch is $600, right? They said it's going to be within the console. Maybe it's $5. I don't know. I don't give a fuck, right? I'm going to get the X. I'm going to get the 5, right? But just say if they come out that bitch, right? Because a lot of motherfuckers that were 360 guys got to jump ship, forget their back catalog, and went over to the PS4. That's a fucking fact. Numbers lie, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? Yeah. If that come out, and I'm just saying, and graphically, at the start, X shit is looking better, ain't nobody gonna have no games. They could lose somebody to quote unquote some of that mind share, especially when it comes to the goddamn multiplats. I'm just being realistic here.
Your theory is far-fetched. Hold on. Your theory is far-fetched. That would mean that Sony would have to come out, right? Have a bad, shitty design of a console where the developers can't even run Madden right on there. Both of these systems are going to be doing 4K 60. What can you go after 4K 60?
Bro.
What else is there going to
go? Does history do not repeat itself? Hey, bro, all I'm saying is this, right? I'm with you 135%, right? I'm not saying Sony's not going to win. I don't even give a fuck who wins. I don't care. I'm going to own them both, right? This is what I'm saying. We can't act like what happened at the start that went away. We can't erase slavery, right? It was a big deal between 1.3 to 1.8. We was counting blades of goddamn grass. Yeah. I'm just saying, if it comes out that motherfucker and shit looks expeditiously, like TM get my TI on, expeditiously better on the X, right? Then the fucking, then the PS5, a lot of motherfuckers that say quote unquote that are not invested, quote unquote the casuals who don't that left their 360 behind and one got a fucking PS4, left that back catalog, right? We can, I mean, like I'm just saying, like it's not a foregone conclusion.
Well, one also it was easy to leave 360 because the last 2 years was trash.
Facts.
But still,
there was nothing to hold on to. Let's be honest.
Wait, hold on.
360 did not finish off the gen to be like, man, I can't wait till next gen.
What game from this generation are you going to want to play on your next generation console?
What?
What game from this generation are you going to want?
That's not third party.
Oh, none. I don't play old shit on this shit.
Nothing nobody wants to play from this
besides
generation.
Besides Fight Night, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to play anybody else. I don't buy new shit to play old shit, bro.
That's
I'm
what
just
I'm
keeping it
saying.
real.
Hey, J-Dub.
You know I'm right.
Yo.
But that's another problem.
This is a question I got.
It's not like
this question I
they
got about that.
created something. I mean, I think the closest maybe Sea of Thieves, I guess.
What you
I guess a lot of people are playing that.
Question about that though.
What's your question?
I'm being honest. I think that's probably
That's
the
what I'm
biggest new IP hit.
What? What'd you say, RB?
No. This is what I'm saying. I got two questions to what you were just talking about.
Okay.
All right. One. Everybody remembers the PlayStation Vita, right?
Yeah.
Does everybody remember the proprietary storage discs and shit?
Yeah.
Was priced out the ass?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Remember that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying with PlayStation 5 coming around with the trademark SSD cards.
Yeah, I brought that up.
Are we confident? Yeah. Are we confident that they're going to avoid the same price of having these SSD cards, which bring the price of the console down, but the cards expensive as shit?
We do not know. Nobody can say.
That's what I'm saying.
They could.
But you can flip companies are going with SSD.
Sony can come out and say these SSD cards going to be $500 proprietary. And guess
what? Hold on, you can flip it this way too. To Z's point, what if this Series X is $600 and then they try to bring in the Series S at $400?
Nobody wants that shit.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I mean,
you sound like you want to date Phil again. What's good with you, bro?
No shit.
Wait, hold on. We got to pay the bill.
But here's another thing. So,
yo, if that Series X is $600, Lord, that bitch gonna be on the shelf.
Thank
you.
Let's be realistic. 500 is like the max that anybody's willing to pay for a console. Really,
I'm gonna say this: if the Series X is 5, then the PlayStation is gonna be 4.
I don't see that.
If the GPU,
I can't see it like that because they got 3 different chipsets on their console.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's probably a reason why they have
Series X is. You know, the PlayStation is most likely going to be cheaper.
The reason why, you gotta understand.
What if it costs them
Alex, let's say, for example, this discrete, ray tracing chipset, right? They probably went with that because they're probably not going. It's probably not brand new tech. You know what I'm saying? Ray tracing has been done across different industries. And don't forget, Sony's in movies. So they use ray tracing in movies and also. So they're probably using a cheaper option.
They got that mocap. They got that mocap on that P-Rock. Don't start that shit. Oh, shit. He said they got the mocap. Wait, hold on.
But think about it.
Oh, who got that mocap?
Oh, shit. P-Rock said Sony got that mocap.
He got that mocap. But the truth is, though.
Implement Cortana.
You know what I'm saying? There's Sony probably optioning for cheaper options to get ray tracing done instead of using AMD enabled. There's multiple ways to build a console.
Yo, P-Rock said there's more ways to skin the cat. We pay this bill right quick. Hold on. You got him, Reggie, and my man Noah.
We got. Did we get Roscoe yet?
No. I mean, Reggie's first. I think.
Okay. Let me get Vedra with the 119 seat, man. Appreciate that. Yes, Microsoft is a software company, but these motherfuckers brought the DirectX API with PC in mind first. Sony and PlayStation, on the other hand, have been working on their own in-house version of OpenGL since PS2 days.
All right, okay, we're gonna answer that question. To answer that question to him. Microsoft, I mean, that's like saying again, Dave.
How did DX12?
Oh no, bro, I'm not negating that. I'm just asking my brother Regis. That was a good point, but even the first X was supposed to be called the Direct Xbox. That's like saying Microsoft making a console that's not a window like that. At the end of the day, I mean, as far as now, not to confuse the two. Like Microsoft always have made. They say we are the inventors of DirectX or whatever the fuck the case may be, which is the industry standard, whether you like it or you like. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in tandem, like, they are a software company. You know, this is what they do. What keeps the lights on, and what gave the 360 of an advantage over the PS3 was this software, engineering tools that make the games. You know what I mean? It was easy to develop for. You know what I mean? They fucked up with the EEPROM. Just go around and got caught with their pants around their ankles. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, the PS4 was more easy to develop for and got the market share. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, anything can change. But we get my man Roscoe Thurman.
Yeah, we got Roscoe Truman with the $2. He says $600 for the next Xbox console is fine.
If it shows it's worth $600, okay, got paid $600 for the PS3.
These motherfuckers, hey, ain't gonna.
If it's worth it,
hold
on.
If motherfuckers are still trying to give Microsoft $500 and $600 after they done sold you $500 or $600 consoles,
damn.
What the fuck?
Like, hey yo, I just want to say, Kratos, you ignorant, boy. You can't even spell out the whole ignorant. You ignorant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, who is rushing with money to give to Microsoft after they done sold you 4 or 5 consoles this gen?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
There's nothing they can do at this point.
Man, say what you want. Majority of people ain't trying to pay $600 for a console. Maybe the hardcore gamers and hardcore
Microsoft
majority ain't paying $600.
Microsoft done.
It don't matter what it is.
Hey, I'm like, I'm like my man Mike Ibarra. I'm buying PlayStation 5 and I'm gonna play my Xbox games.
My man Ibarra.
We get the rest of these bills right quick. Hold up. Hold up. We get the rest of these bills right quick.
Even my man Mike, be like Mike.
Exactly.
No, you got 706. You got Noah before him.
Oh, Noah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Man, this chat going. Keep it coming, guys. 706 gamer. That's Noah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's supposed to be on vacation, by the way. He said 60 is not guaranteed to every game. There would be games at higher resolution and frames on stronger console, even at the amount of power speculated. I don't believe that. I believe that's enough power on both of those systems to reach 4K 60. Whether they scale some features down, we would never know because the game is going to be looking so good. It's just like on the PC. Once you do 4K 60, all you can do is ramp up the fucking frames. But other than that, I mean, it's how can I put it? You got diminishing returns.
Oh, okay.
So not everybody needs to get a 2080 Ti. You can settle with a 2080 or a 2070 Super or something like that and get the same.
Hold up, bro. Stop front like 4K 60 maxed out don't look better than 4K 60. We ain't gonna do it like that. We ain't gonna do it like that, big fella. You out here telling them real deep batches.
You act like hold on.
I'm like, man,
tell the truth. You act like these consoles are going to be doing 4K 60 Ultra anything.
You sounding like D Grizzly right now.
No, I'm just saying. These consoles,
D Grizzly.
Gotta say something right quick.
We pay these last 2 bills, then you can go next.
They're not going to be doing 4K 60 Ultra on anything. So we can get that. That's not even a discussion.
CFD is going to be the new CFD is 4K 60 Ultra.
Hey, that shit's going to be.
Hey, yo, my man, Max.
Original assets.
Max,
original assets.
He said MM2K play Fallout 76 on Stadia. Fuck nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, look. No, I'm playing that Sea of Thieves. That's that Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to M2K.
Page the Mage with the $10. He said SSD price has been dropping rapidly. You can pick up a 1 terabyte SSD for $100. If the next gen console had SSD, it's most likely it's going to be a 256 to a 500.
No, wait, hold on 1 second. Wait, hold up, and get Roscoe Thurman. Hold up. We got to get Roscoe Thurman, and hold up, we got 2 more.
Roscoe Truman with the $5. He said, I have pre-ordered the Cybertruck. The same reason I'm getting the next Xbox console. I'm with you, my brother. I got my shit on pre-order too.
And we got 1 more. That's it. Oh, listen. Oh, but listen.
With your lying eyes.
Hold on. Before let's stop go. I just want to add. I want to add the Tage the Mage. I know my man Tage the Mage. I got to see a T-shirt, but you know he's a PC motherfucking weirdo, right? Look, right. Ain't no next generation console coming out with no 256 goddamn hard drive. These goddamn games are 100 goddamn gigs. Yeah. You got DLC for fucking 50 gigs. I wish Microsoft would give me a goddamn console with 256 internal hard drive. I'm going there. It'd be blood on the dance floor. I cut my goddamn throat from everybody. You think I won't? Yeah, I'm just saying.
Now, also keep in mind, SSD's been around for a while.
I understand it, but
hold up. No, I'm just talking about. I'm talking about the reason why they're still expensive in stores is because they're trying to fucking make a lot of profit off this shit.
Yeah, but
it's not like they're gonna mark it down to $80 because they want to.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
They're gonna make, they're gonna keep making that money, so it's not the same as a company producing it themselves and putting it in another end. It's not like Sony's paying the Amazon price.
No, this
for
is
SSD.
This is what I was saying. And then one stop, I gotta go there. This is what I was saying, right? And we did a show. Damn, I should do the series next gen of your future teller, right? So I was I know some people know some. So anyway, what's coming out was Sony and their proprietary hardware. That's one of the things that they stuck the Vita and the PSP in the ass because of those fucking discs, and you had to buy their own fucking cards, right? Very expensive. So I'm questioning, like I said, the whole. If Sony is something, this is their own shit that they're patenting, and which may take off. They're probably gonna sell it to Samsung, license it out. This is a new, hard drive, whatever, their own SSD, right, bro? That console. I mean, and again, we just talking about traditionally. So if you want to get external fucking hard drive, and it's gonna have to be the same goddamn thing. What the fuck are they gonna be charging for this thing, bro? Traditionally, Sony should have been expensive.
Here's the thing, Z. You remember last generation? When they had external hard drives, them external hard drives wasn't like today. They weren't the same price as they are today. Right now, you can get an 8 terabyte hard drive for like $100.
Bro, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
get like a 256.
Hey, bro, do you remember the Vita? You know how much I paid for a gig on a little ass stick? That shit was down at $250.
Yeah, but that was that shit. They're gonna
I'm not. Hey, bro, I'm not. Look, bro, I'm listening.
We're talking two different things.
No, we're not. We're talking about the same thing. Where another same micro card with 1 gig would cost me $50. I'm just saying, traditionally, with Sony's own proprietary storage units, they have been expensive. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. That's all that I'm saying. And this is their own technology, right? So you can't go out and buy I don't see you going to be able to buy a third-party Samsung SSD, like I got right here, right? Or some shit like this, right? To plug up. You're going to have the same shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing about it, right? I think we're talking about, you got to look at it this way, right? I believe that the systems themselves, both of them, will come with their hard drive built in, which it may be a terabyte, it may be 5.
Hey, we need 1 TB. One of these games are fucking fun again.
But there will be a way to expand it, and it could be a module or something. I don't know. I don't.
Just plug in
some kind of chip or some kind of.
You sound like motherfucking digital time right now. Dual stack GPUs. Oh man, we put this goddamn Savage Labs on. Hey, one stop. One stop at?
What's good?
Cut this nigga mic on. Hey, one stop. Talk about what's going on. One stop. I can't. That's too much. That's too much right there. Too much.
You already know what it is, man. What's good with you though?
Everything cool. What's your dad to this conversation?
Man, look here. Look, man. Microsoft about to sell us like 40 consoles in the generation, and I don't. And I'm just being real, dog. It's like when you look at what Sony doing, they just gotta enhance what they did this generation. They really don't have to change too much of what they've done already. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft, they're gonna have to come a little harder than the average. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't, because they lost a lot of their customers already.
Absolutely.
So what they supposed to be doing right now, this generation coming up, they're gonna have to try to get their old customers back and appease to a wider audience in order to really stay on top. If they don't do that, bro, I don't see nothing changing from there. I mean, the console gonna look nice, the graphics might look good, but that has already been proven it's not enough.
So here's a question, right? And we can all answer this, right? In my opinion, and maybe you got, I'm just being real. Ain't me about being, I'm just being honest, right? What worked for Sony and what worked for the 360, right? It went out there, got the quote unquote the marketing deals, the better version of the multi-plats. We can, gears and all that shit is cool. But again, so what if they go out there and be aggressive, right? It's all this hypothetically speaking. You know what? And I want them to, because that's gonna make Sony come back and fight back, and they can be out there lobbying for our dollar. I love a goddamn good fight, right? Now, what if they go out there and do what they did with the 360, right? Go out there, be advertising, marketing, dominant. Go back and get the big multi-pack. This is what we're going to be playing any goddamn way, you know what I mean? Lock down some DLC to get the duty players back. What they did for the 360, what Sony turned around and did for them, you know what I mean? Took from them, right? What if they go back to money hatting, right? And again, and things are looking, quote unquote, because that is a lot of goddamn mustard and a lot of goddamn punch inside the punch, man. There's a lot of vodka inside that goddamn punch. We're talking about 3 T-flops there, as far as the multi-plat wise. What if they go back to doing that while the internal studios can? Do we have another fight on our goddamn hands?
Well, yeah,
that's possible. Well, you know what? That's going to be kind of hard coming this generation. And the reason why I say that is because everybody that's looking at the markets, you got to remember, Sony could just walk up in there and say, "Bitch, we sold 100 million. What's up?" Well, Microsoft can't do that. Microsoft going to have to come to these people and be like, "Hey, we got something better than them 100 million they sold." I don't see no company jumping on board and saying, yeah, Sony got it right now. These deals, they could just walk in there and they got the resume to say, "Look, y'all come fuck with us. We going to eat." Microsoft, I don't see how they can do it.
Hold up.
That's just my opinion, though.
Dragon Moore. Dragon Moore, what up, Dragon?
Yeah, what's up, brother? He said proprietary is always more expensive than off the shelf. PS5 is.
When did we start letting stupidity on the show?
God, I knew he was gonna come in here with that. What we doing here?
Clean those cookie crumbs off your lips before you start talking.
As soon as you walked in, retard.
Post up coming here with the oxtails.
Hold on 1 second. We get that last bill. What do you say?
Yeah, proprietary is always more expensive than off the shelf hardware. PS5 is $500. If so, it's dead in the water.
Okay, all right.
What are we doing here?
All right, now okay, that's why I was questioning. As far as I don't see that console being $400, and just traditionally we talking about something that they patent themselves, like they're the Blu-ray player, or whatever the case. I'm just being realistically speaking. I don't think you can have a third party Samsung SSD, regular one, if you got this own other shit, doing whatever the fuck is doing, internally. Like I don't see that happening.
Okay, I think the SSD that the proprietary one that they're talking about is going to be used more for cache. It's going to be more cache. So you're going to have a smaller drive, your larger drive, but you're going to have a really extremely fast SSD, and it's just going to cache the information that you mostly play or whatever. It's going to cache on the drive.
Right, so let me interject here. It could be they just strap the SSD to the GPU and use it as cache, where the GPU can just grab it straight off the SSD, like they did in AMD Pro card that costs about $7. And I think that's what Microsoft was hitting at too, and I think both of them might do that. But I do want to lay this. This is from Albert Pernello. He say, "I don't want to get into the business relationship and how these things are funded, but if you focus on how the console manufacturers look at pricing and profitability, you pay for a giant sheet of wafers. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. How many working wafers you get off that sheet is how you price the chip. Bigger chips equal less wafer equal more cost. Smaller chips equal more wafers, also better yields equal less cost. The technology that actually inside the chip is largely irrelevant to the cost at the scale of a consoles. That's why PC price parts analogies don't work."
But here's the thing.
Wait. Dummy, tech for the dumb. What did all that mean, Post? You still
reading film quotes,
Wait, Post. Explain that scripture to me. Explain that scripture to me. What's going on here?
You gonna pass off on a fast one?
What that mean, Post?
Eating wafers.
Post reading some Duncan Hines shit.
What? Now it's Mike going.
This the first time the corporate
sugar wafers.
The corporate number.
Excel reference.
Don't have nothing to say.
No, I'm asking you. Hey, Post. That shit sounds kind of fancy.
All Post got motherfuckers hungry in this podcast.
That's like when ADU educated, brother. What do F2 mean? It eludes me at the moment. I'm saying you said that to say what? You said a lot. What does that mean?
What it means is that when people get on these podcasts and try to
no, talk the tech.
I'm just saying,
break down the tech. Explain.
When people try to price these consoles based on.
Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
Okay, y'all go. Y'all
man.
Explain yourself, brother. I just got a tooth pull. I ain't finna do this.
No, so you should have never popped up today, sir. You should have never popped up today, sir.
Hey, yo,
you have sand in your vagina.
Yo, somebody beat his fucking legs in.
Hey, yo, Post said. Hey, Post, you got a colostomy bag on Post. All right, bro. On some real shit, I'm trying to. I need you to explain that shit for me. Like, what does that mean?
Colonoscopy bag.
Well, yeah, but I understand you got your colon cleanse, but what does that mean, Professor Clump?
What?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Coffee enema?
Microsoft got the bigger chip. So what do you mean?
Microsoft got a bigger chip, so they could be playing. They're gonna get more. They're gonna have to pay more per cost. Now, what he did say is that when they buy these wafers,
who's he?
They don't.
Albert
This is Albert Pernello.
Oh, okay.
So they do. He did say when they buy these wafers, they don't know what type of technology is in the chip.
Okay.
They don't know.
Okay.
It's silicone wafers, guys. And it's
silicone wafers. It's silicone. They just don't. Y'all are of the assumption that they going to buy separate chips and say, "Let me get a load of them chips." No, they buy them in wafers, and then based on whether the chip is bigger or small, determines the cost.
Okay.
So
determines cost, and this smaller chips is more cost effective, and you get better yields. I mean, versus having a bigger chip, you get poor yield, but it's more cost.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So this is why the PlayStation 5 is going to be cheaper,
right? And that's why you can't use PC analogy parts to determine the price of these consoles. It won't work in this. It won't work in this simulation because also the wafer and the technology that goes into the chip. He also said those are two separate costs. So we can't use the PC analogy.
Oh,
he said, "Nah, Chief. Because when you add 1 + 1, right, you gonna get 2.
Hold up,
but you gotta think about what 3 doing."
Hey, yo, hold up.
That's my bro. What's good?
Hey, yo, hold up, bro. Hey, yo, hold on.
Hey, yo.
Hold on. We get Showman. Shout out to Showman. I didn't see this earlier. I said if the spec rumors are true, 1440-60 Ultra can run Series X. And my man Jersey Fighter, what's good? My G's, niggas better save their tax money. Both of them just gonna have 60 prices. I don't see the PS5 being under $500. This is what that proprietary hardware alone. I'm just saying.
If it's $500, I'm gonna tell you this. That means that Series X is gonna be $600 because it's damn sure gonna be more expensive.
And he talks about wafer size and effective die. Oh, we got some more up there. Hold up. You see him? True SSJ Havoc.
Yeah, with $5. He said I watch Adore TV. He talks about the wafer sizes, the effective die percentages on processors, the cost, and the
Yo, we can hear your whole conversation.
He's ordering wafers.
Meet your mic,
This is what happened, right? They got a barrel. I'm just using this for example. You have a barrel, a barrel of silicone, right? It's a round cylinder, and they go with the laser and they cut it, They keep cutting it, and so you have these little round discs. And then out of there is a bunch of little squares they have to punch through those wafers. However, the bigger the square, which is the biggest, the bigger the size of the chip, that means the less amount of chips you can get from that little circle, like an album. Look at it as an album. But if you need a smaller chip, you can get more of those squares out of the smaller chips. So that's how to think of it. And then once they get the silicone right in the chips, they can take it, put the resistors, the diodes, the capacitors, transistors, and all that stuff in there to actually make the chip.
Oh,
yeah, like the aliens did.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it is. But I'm gonna tell you now, if the PS5 is $500, then without a doubt, the minimum that the Xbox Series X is going to be will be $600. And maybe Microsoft is trying to come out with that two-stage scenario where it's like, okay, well, we're going to release a premium product now, and then a year later or 6 months later, we'll come out with the Lockhart, which is a more cheaper, cost-effective model. Maybe that's. I mean, they tried it with the X. It's the premium console, and then the S is the mid grade, and then the base is the regular, the low.
I don't even see them as far as the X because they, according to them DMs, and which I'm excited about, and I want to switch topics here. The X is going to have exclusives. Series X, they were going to be exclusives for the Series X.
You believe that?
Brother, listen, brother.
What happened when no console left behind?
Right? Exclusives for Xbox goes against Everything that Game Pass is for, it goes against everything.
Bro, but it's his
Microsoft
thing.
is trying.
Hey, yo, you know who determines that? Real talk. We be realistic here, right? Third party, because they say, hey, you know what? Like I was saying before, they cut up the line for what you have between the 360 and the PS4. I mean, 330 was about 10 to 20 million consoles, right? The third party, they the one fucking determines if they try to shoehorn shit in for fucking. Let's be real, because the biggest fucking console, the more base is the fucking PS4, right? 1.8. If the third party, EA and fucking Activision get tired of making shit for 2013 hardware, like, bro,
do you think they're gonna get tired of making games for a larger install base?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's not even tired, but I'm talking about
they were making FIFA for PS2 after PS3 had a damn near at the end of his generation.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Listen,
here's the thing. The thing you have to realize. The likeliness of X getting exclusives is low only because of Game Pass.
No, bro.
Listen, giving Xbox X, SSX exclusives does not help Game Pass. It's not beneficial to Game Pass.
Listen, let me answer your question.
It's not beneficial to Game Pass. It's beneficial. Listen, it's beneficial. I agree. It's beneficial to the Xbox console.
I get you.
I agree. Me and you see eye to eye. But is it beneficial to Xbox Game Pass subscription service?
Let me say this, right?
That's the question.
Let me say this. We're
going to have to break his legs.
No.
He want to get on some
No. Put my glasses back on.
Just work, nigga.
Let me put my glasses back on. Let me phone my camera. Let me phone my camera. Hold up.
But that's
I'm about to fight two Puerto Ricans, a Mexican, and a black Jew. Hold up. I'm about to fight two Puerto Ricans, a Mexican, and a black Jew. Let me know where I go. I got my shades on. I'm ready for this shit.
Remember, you have to look at it for Microsoft. Which is more beneficial for Microsoft?
I don't know no fucking Tamika. I don't know no fucking Tamika. All right, let me know I can go. All right, I'm ready to go.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm ready to go.
Be careful what you're arguing.
I know. Okay,
you have to ask, what does Microsoft hold more priority?
Hold on. Ready? Put me in the box. You ready for this, right?
Ready?
Hold on. No, bro. Listen here, right? Real talk, right? Now, I'm going to say this again, right? Now, don't shoot the messenger, I shout. These aren't my words, brother. Listen here. Now, the reason why I say...
Don't forget, we remember Joe Montana.
All right, fine, we got it. All right, check it out, right? All right, you ready? Let me work. Now, hit me out. Let me work. All right, let me work.
Remember Joe Montana.
All right, let me work. Check this out, right?
That's fucked up.
Those should be my nameless, right? My own brother. But check this shit out here, right? All right, now listen. Now, look, because you already have two different Game Pass services, right? Because Game Pass on the PC is not the same as on the console. Two different types of games.
It's a small difference. It's like a small difference.
So you still holding on to Game Pass?
No. Game Pass is shit, bro. I'm just saying there are two different types of games. On Game Pass on PC and then Game Pass is on the console. Now again, according to bro, I don't play PC is dog shit to me. I don't game on PC, right? So again, they have two different types of games. But I'm just being honest, bro. Just going from those being real, I'm sure know some people ain't gonna lie. Some of you guys may have seen it during the show here. That what do you call it? Got them Hellblade 2. It's going to be on PC, but that's a Series X exclusive. Now, let's Microsoft goes back there and wanted it back. They even said it publicly, but before it got doubled down publicly. They right during the show, we seen some a back channel. You know what I mean? Those people. Chat low said, yeah, this is exclusive to the Series X.
Dog.
That's all that I'm saying.
That game sold $250K. On
I'm not negating
they
that.
Need Xbox One.
Bro, I'm not negating that, bro. I'm just saying, but
they gonna sell like 10 copies.
According to them, bro. According to them, the X will have exclusive software. That you know what I mean? That they're
according to who? They never made an official statement on that.
Bro, they're gonna have exclusive software, exclusive apps.
Ooh, where?
Cody.
I did it.
Wait,
hold on. Hey, Puerto Rock, this ain't RD. I'm asking. Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. This ain't the RDX or it's GRG. I don't come out making I don't come out doing shit like this. You know that ain't.
I remember Joe Montana and you.
Hey, yo, you know what? And I could check this shit out. And I could have been messy. You know what I should have did, yo?
Come on, Pete.
You know what's crazy, right? Let me tell you what's no, fuck that. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? Even with that Joe Montana. No, check
this. You were like, it's one code.
Hey, yo, check this shit out. You know what's crazy, right?
Let me tell you some. Why you gotta be breaking up all this shit?
Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Hey, yo,
gotta bring up old shit.
I like people with old shit. You know why? You know why that helped me out, yo? You know why that Joe Montana shit helped me out, right? Because believe it or not, it was the developer that can take this shit out. It was listen. I'm gonna tell you a true story. I never told this story publicly, right? So you may know.
My man was like, "Yo, hold up, my man,
Z just turned the L into a W.
I'm about to. Check it out. Now check this shit out, right? I never told this story publicly. I didn't go out there. It was the developer himself that slid in my DMs. Pause, right? Hey, you know what? I could have been out there. You know how I showed the motherfucking text between motherfucking me and Shoki talking about Antonio Holmes? I could have went out there publicly and showed them DMs, right? But because I didn't do that. Believe it or not, motherfucker, that's how I got the information about the Scorpio and Project Neo. No, bro. Real talk. Real talk, bro.
What happened was...
Nah, I'm saying some real shit, bro. Like, I'm telling you some truth. You don't love it. Hey, yo, you don't love no video games. Yo, you'll never catch me. You'll never catch me on no video games. He ain't that serious to me. That's some real shit though.
Z was out here hyping UWP.
I ain't no
shit. He was hyping UWP like it's we're gonna get all the PC games.
You absolutely right.
He knew
the
it was PC
dual stack
getting all the
GPU,
Xbox games.
the hidden GPU.
You absolutely right. Fools should buy. Fools should buy.
Buster's got
but listen,
exclusive games.
Hey yo, absolutely right. But then I found out that goddamn that one because I didn't realize. I just say. How the fuck they spend $1.3 billion on we got goddamn hardware? What the fuck is going on here, right? I said the fix is in. I said Microsoft. Shahada and turns to sue these motherfuckers, right? But I didn't find out again. But talking to them that cover multiple SOCs, the quote unquote the Project Scorpio. You know what I mean? That led to that right there.
Yeah.
Z is the new Baron. Nah, but tell you, hey, bro, Ace is the new Baron. Now I'm telling y'all a true goddamn story, man.
New Baron.
Hey, yo, I'm telling y'all some true shit, yo. I won't give a fuck now. No, bro. Hey, bro, listen here, right? I wish I had access to some of them. Well, I do. I screenshot some of that shit, right? But it ain't that spooky to give me. But again, I did say, boy, you boy, that bitch took a beating. Yeah, I did. But publicly, it was a shame. I had both making Instagram videos, all types of shit. I had to wear that, right? But look, I ain't say shit. I said it was funny to me too, though. But I ain't make that guy. It was the fucking developer. You know what I mean? I wish what crap janky ass that crap would tell you. Showstop would tell you. I ain't make that shit up, bro. That shit was funny as hell. I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. I said, yeah, this is exactly what we need for a comeback. Joe Montana football. Look at this shit is. Age of Empire.
Hey, Age of Empire. The sad part about it is that mobile game that they were supposed to come out never seen the light of day.
Hey, yo, bro, it was the fucking developer, bro. You don't get more janky. That's why I said, bro. That's why I said you would be surprised who watches your fucking show. Yeah. The fucking developer stood in my DMs with all this. Somebody was at Redmond, this, that, and the other. Me and crap, man. Motherfucking Paul McCartney went live. Motherfucking Ebony and Ivory went live with that shit. All right, yeah, it's exactly what they need. And tell me, look at the contract right there. Shit, me.
Move out the way, man. We got the man killer right here.
Joe
Montana.
Hey, yo.
Joe Montana. You gotta be a different type of weirdo.
Like
Joe
Montana. Right now, he better than Joe Montana.
Hey, that motherfucker Joe Montana had been retired for 30 years. They still hyping that motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
NFL, Joe Montana.
You ain't lying, Joe Montana football coming back. His chat was like, "Who the fuck is Joe Montana?"
Hey, yo, I ain't lying, bro.
If you believe that shit, that was your own fault.
No, bro, it was a developer. They didn't come from no site, motherfucker.
Yeah, but why did you believe him?
A developer?
Football.
Hey, yo, it wasn't D. Batch that he spoke to the developer at a convention and he had a fucking presence. I'm talking about a motherfucker with a blue check next to his name. On Twitter. Twitter certified.
If I was a developer, I'll be doing that same shit.
Oh, my God.
Certified don't mean shit.
He said, he got his shit from GRG.
Yeah, he did, bro.
Fuck the bullshit. Can you imagine how many rednecks was goddamn excited about that motherfucker?
Hey, bro, you had motherfuckers making.
I got a new video game.
Bro, you had Hey, yo, bro. You had motherfuckers making 20. I hate this man shit. Joe Montana football for the 2K making the football game. This shit was everywhere, bro.
Montana was on the Sega Genesis.
He said Joe Montana.
Yeah,
bro. He was on the Sega Genesis, for Christ's sake.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
coming
out soon.
Hey, yo. That was some. They gonna tell you to brought me back. That was some funny shit. Them good times.
Oh man, that shit was a flashback.
Yeah, that was flat. You got that, bro.
Back then,
Yeah.
I was rolling my ass.
That was hype of the decade right there.
Yeah, bro. Hey, yo, bro, I ain't
He
lying, bro.
can't even get on the development floor.
Hey, yo, bro, on, bro. That motherfucker sends his pictures from Redmond by the door and all types of shit. I'm like, yeah, whoa, shit. Damn.
Let me tell you what that game did. It boosted up them damn Madden Ultimate Team sales. I guarantee you that.
Oh shit. Yo, fucking that shit.
But moving right along, enough for breaking my goddamn legs. Alienware showed off the Switch killer yesterday.
I'm gonna check y'all guys out, man.
All right, P-Rock, we say, brother.
I'm good seeing P-Rock.
Alienware showed up the Switch killer yesterday. And now, something that we talked about day before yesterday on the show, that Nintendo will be introducing more powerful hardware into the market. And it was, believe it or not, it was a kind of a heated debate here on the show. Some people say they didn't need to do it, and I was saying they're looking at it from the third party aspects. And now they're getting a lot of back end the money from games like quote unquote Fortnite and just stuff. That's a unlimited source of revenue. That's something that Nintendo's never seen as far as in gaming. You know what I mean? As far as the online stuff, this, that, and the other, right? And we talking about next generation, more demanding engines, and you talking about you still got this motherfucking handheld. This first party, being real. And I said this yesterday. I guess we get deemed as the most graphically demanding, best looking game. Breath of the Wild, that's from the fucking Wii U. So believe it or not, Nintendo fooled you all. They didn't remix the same Wii U goddamn library and put it on the goddamn Switch, resold it to you again. Gotcha, sucker. Bang. But there are a lot of third party games that can't release natively on the Switch. You have to go, some shit as far as streaming it or whatever the fuck the case may be. But they are introducing more powerful hardware that can run some. I'm not saying about 4K and all that shit, but at least be able to get these games on there, because the chip that's inside the Switch is the first version of the chip, the first one. You had about 3 or 4 other chips that came in after that, right? Now, I don't know what chip this fucking Alienware is using, but this is something natively. I ain't gonna lie.
Laptop. It's basically a laptop, Z.
Yeah, I know, but a mobile chip. I'm just saying, but we're not talking about streaming, being able to play these games natively. Third party, graphically demanding games natively. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the resolution. What is it going to be? X, Y, and Z. But yeah, so we had this ain't nothing but a goddamn Switch knockoff. But would this be a hit? I ain't gonna lie. I would rather have this than the Switch.
Listen.
What's the resolution on this damn thing?
It's 1080p. But here's the thing:
1080 to 1200.
Yeah, because it's and that's for the screen. Now you can dock it. You can plug your monitor into
60
it.
60 FPS.
You can move the joysticks, Joy-Cons, or whatever you want to call it. Plug it into the little thing, and it's an actual controller. This is literally a laptop, but in a mobile platform. So you can play all your Steam games. You can play all that shit.
Can you take the little sticks, the little?
Yeah, you can take the sticks off.
Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo gonna catch a mean lawsuit.
What the
So
fuck?
think about it. All your
It's concept though. It's concept based.
Yeah, it might not come out.
It might not come out, but it might push other companies to in terms of what they doing and how they did it.
It make me a nervous motherfucker, to be honest.
It might force other companies to, do it the way they did it.
Yeah. Nvidia's making.
Trey, you over in Iran. You got a lot more to be nervous about, motherfucker. What you talking about?
I'm not in Iran. I'm in Alaska, sir.
Oh, get your ass out of here. You up there getting oil. Fuck, nigga.
Damn.
Hey, yo. Hey, Iran dropping missiles like a motherfucker right now, bro.
You ain't scared.
They still
Why you
dropping the
scared?
bitches.
Why you scared?
Yeah.
We
I
the
ain't
United
scared.
States of America, man. We got the most powerful unit out there, man.
No.
I ain't worried about nothing.
As they say, everybody Mike Tyson until they
Don't get it twisted. They got China,
Let me tell you something.
Russia.
Let me tell you something. Don't get content to the point you think it won't happen on U.S. soil.
Yeah, Russia lost to Afghanistan.
Don't tell me.
Like I said,
That boy got China.
Hey, Postman, shut your scary asses up, man. Y'all be scary as hell, bro.
We the USA, nigga. Listen, you scared, go over there. If you scared, go over there.
Fuck that means.
They people already over here though. They already about that shit. What are you talking about?
Hey, yo, I lived 9/11, bro. I lived 9/11. I ain't worried about none of that shit.
Yeah, say that for the Twitch stream. Say that for the Twitch stream.
Taze and May said
his Tim boots go get him out of a jail. Fuck out of here, nigga.
I hold on, man.
Pose, you thought a player that cabbage gonna get you somewhere, fuck boy.
Taze and May said if the Alienware UFO takes off, then the Nvidia shield will be made useless. This chip is powered. This Dell is powered by Nvidia. This is Nvidia's chip.
It's probably one of the new ones too, isn't it? Or...
I don't know, but
no, they might be using that new Ryzen mobile chip in that.
No, this is Nvidia.
It just said Nvidia.
Nvidia. The Nvidia uses it, but the Alienware isn't going to use a Nvidia chip.
Yes, it is. I'm not saying this is Nvidia.
They said right there this concept was using an Intel chip, but by the time they come out, they can be using AMD's whatever.
Hey man, I just realized
Ryzen mobile chips that are 8 core 16 thread. It's comparable to a desktop now.
Exactly, it could be. That's most likely.
They just showed them. They just showed them yesterday.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Post Up and motherfucking J Dub went to school together because they pronounce console the same.
Console.
It's like, see, when you get these consoles in your living room, you got to console yourself. I'll be like, what?
like, look here.
You know what? You know what,
confused me when J Dub say he from Texas because we talk lazy as shit.
Shut your ass up, King.
Hey, Trey, listen, we from the same city, my brother, but your ass talk country as fuck.
Who, me?
Where I come from, we talk lazy as hell.
Like,
be honest.
You from the north side or the south side? I'm from the north side. Not the north, the north.
Yeah, the north. I know about the north.
But
I'm on the other side of I-10, brother.
You on south?
West Chase.
Oh, okay. All right, you still good. You good.
Oh man, get the fuck out of here! I went out there, man, it was white sands and bubbles everywhere. You motherfucker saw. Fuck out of here, dog. White sand and jellyfishes out here. Fuck y'all doing out here?
It's funny when people come to Texas and we wearing cowboy hats and riding on fucking cows every day.
Bet y'all is right next to the Lil Nas X. Fuck nigga.
Highways and shit.
Y'all was going down that Old Town Road.
Nah, Lil Nas X from Delaware.
Fuck out of here.
Taves and May said, meaning no one will be streaming games through the Nvidia shield on the go anymore. Oh, you're absolutely right. It's a native way to play. But again, I mean, which is something that you guys, Garrett, you game on PC, but would it be something that you would buy?
No, we don't.
Fuck no.
No, it didn't. Did you see it? It didn't catch you.
Hey, Buck, that what I tell you about speaking when you're not spoken to.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Buck that didn't think I knew he was from the Philippines, and Z bought his ass for $37 and a bag of fucking gummy bears. Fuck nigga. Hey yo, Buck and parents sold him for $37 and a bag of gummy bears.
You don't went too damn far.
Gummy bears. Hey, yo, King, Z got that nigga for a discount for 37 cents a day, fuck nigga.
He be paying it off the Patreon.
Hey, wasn't that much?
Hey, yo, I said, Z, yo, you come back from the Philippines? Yeah, I just bought a Filipino. I said, what?
Hey, they sell see a card every time it open. It say, in the arms of the earth.
That nigga's crazy.
Hey, it's the fucking reverse.
I told Buck that bitch ass, yo.
I'm giving him like $2.
Crazy, bro.
Oh man, that joke is crazy. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the Alien Switch, good. I mean, I don't know. I don't game on PC, but I got one.
He taking people's Patreon money.
And bond migrant workers. That joke is crazy, bro. But anyway, yeah. I see Mortal Kombat up there on the go. Actual game. Man, nice little piece of tech. Nice little piece of tech. Nice little piece of tech. You know what I mean? I guess
Nintendo better step up their fucking game. This nigga Baron nervous as fuck.
Wait, no, that was
man. These things aren't gonna be that cheap. Come on,
Baron got his fucking legs beat in yesterday.
Should not go about to be cheap.
I said at least $500.
The Switch is a fucking toy, man. This is a completely different kind of.
I say 500, 450, 500.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Switch has that cardboard Labo VR.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see something right quick. Because I got some. Hold on. What else the name at? Hold on. Share my screen. Where's my man? Metal.
It's fucking Alienware, man. What kind of Alienware piece of hardware?
I say $500. The Alienware should be costly anyway. Yeah, so reported in August 2019, Nintendo has ideas for further updates to the Switch lineup. Added those two models to make the platform life cycle longer. Nintendo, January 6th, Nintendo was reportedly planning to release in mid-2020 a new model of the Switch, a more powerful goddamn console. via this guy here, Takashi Machi, with the I can't even get the name, goddamn Japanese guy with the which calls everything. But anyway,
that's 6ix9ine.
They have to.
But that's what I was saying. You know, what I mean, you got new, PS5 and what do you call it?
They have to, or they won't get any third-party support. Think about it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. At the end of the day, like they're gonna have to,
They gotta get the resolution together.
I don't think it's the resolution. The only thing these motherfuckers don't care. Dock TV.
The Switch is for men who wear bodysuits. I don't care.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But,
Hey, yo, Baron ain't gonna like that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And rifle through motherfuckers' pockets while they got their neck broke.
Bro, talking shit. You better chill out, bro.
His neck. He broke his whole fucking soul. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
He's dead.
They said, yeah,
man, they clearly said that man.
He was stealing his money.
Hey, yo, said Baron came back with the Ghostbuster gun and collected his soul.
Nah, he came back with the Luigi's Mansion shit.
And took his soul.
Listen, y'all gonna leave my brother Wedge alone. Fuck y'all.
He said Wedge.
Dude was looking at. He said he was looking at somebody. He wasn't looking at nobody.
Stupid, bro.
Yeah,
He said Baron can't move because his brace so tight.
Yeah, man.
That shit be
Shit
bad.
was painted on like fucking K Mega's beard. What you talking about?
Yeah,
shit.
buddy, man. Man. So
K Mega bought his beard off on them Chinese websites. Fuck nigga. Yo, that boy got a spoof beard. Hey yo, that boy got a spoof beard. Hey yo,
on YouTube, like this is how you spray on your beard.
Hey yo,
He got that bagging. I told y'all.
hey yo,
Make sure you color within the line.
hey yo, you see the chick Angela on Watchmen when she spray her eyes before she go out there and fight? Yo, that's how he spray his beard on. Then they go fight crime.
Hey yo, I ain't never get. Bro, I couldn't get past the first episode. That shit had me sick to my stomach.
You gotta watch that shit, bro.
I keep hearing it's good, bro.
What show?
Watchmen.
Bro, you gotta watch that shit, son. Yo, to watch that shit, bro.
Bro.
The first episode. I ain't none of that shit in school, bro. That shit really got some deep information out there.
Oh yeah, that's Black Wall Street. Yeah, but I couldn't get past the first episode.
Hey Kratos.
Z can't get past anything. He gotta read or figure something out.
Oh shit, this nigga started
Fuck nigga. That nigga dead ass retarded. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch, we ain't letting that shit go.
Oh,
you know, we gonna forget about this one. Nah, bitch.
Oh, no.
Your ass couldn't get that puzzle together, and then you put retarded ass Noah on there. He couldn't get it together.
Yeah.
We all
if Z got to read more than 2 sentences, he say, "Hold on,
Word.
go do a show, and you gonna explain it to me, player."
Yeah.
Hey yo, y'all ever notice? Z don't. Hey yo, Z don't play no Fallout. He don't play no motherfucking Skyrim. He don't play anything you gotta read.
I'm a shooter. Fighter.
What was you doing back in the day before it was all them shooters and fighters?
Nigga, I was playing, bro. I was doing it in real life.
Playing Jeopardy.
Listen,
I've been
sports games and platformers.
Hey yo, I've been shooting all my life, big fella.
You know how I know that motherfucker can't read?
Big.
He be like, "Hey, Post, get them super chats for me."
No. Hey, no. Damn. On that note. On that note. Hey, what happened? Pardon me? What happened, pardon me?
Nigga, I do the same shit.
Hey, yo, what, pardon me?
Nigga, I do the same shit. I ain't gonna front.
Hey, yo. I've been waiting till I was off. Come roast Big Bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, I can't pronounce that shit. Yo, Post, don't get that.
Yeah. No, he blind as hell. Why you get on my reading? Hey, yo. Hey, all right, say no more.
Y'all wrong,
Hey, yo, this motherfucker in the chat said, Mega got a Flex Seal beard. Hey, yo.
You know what?
Said he went and got his chin wrapped.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Hey, yo.
Twitch, let me see something right quick. Hold on.
That's why he got bugged out to read the super chat.
Baron got them Kawhi braids.
Baron out that motherfucker looking crazy, bro. Baron said he had a cameraman. Hold on, one question. Well, I can't even see this shit, bro. I'm blind, black ass. Hey, yo, so we on? What we playing? Oh, they just shouldn't sign me out. What the fuck going on?
I'm getting on that duty.
They said Baron Pin that man said, "You will take my glory, take my title." I think not.
That joke is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we going over the Twitch, same energy, bugging the fuck out, playing whatever with whoever. Boot up, hop in the Discord, man. There's the link right there. I'm going live right now. So come on over. Come on over. I just dropped the link.